I guess they really did seat me with the extra forks, she muttered, staring at the untouched place settings around her. Alone. Again. The reception buzzed with laughter, clinking glasses, and picture-perfect toasts. But at table 14, tucked just far enough away from the dance floor, she sat like a mistake someone forgot to delete. Before we dive into the story, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Alright, let's jump in. Everyone else had someone. Her parents were too busy playing host. Her sister, the bride, was beaming in the arms of a husband she had once sworn she'd never marry. And the rest of the family? Too judgmental to offer conversation, yet too polite to ask why she came alone. Again. She looked stunning in her dress, makeup flawless, but no one noticed. Or maybe they did, and just decided she wasn't worth the effort. The server kept refilling her water out of pity, and with every empty seat beside her, it became more obvious. She didn't belong. Not here. Not tonight. She had almost skipped the wedding. But her sister had begged. It would mean a lot if you came. What she didn't say, but everyone else thought, was, just don't ruin anything, so she sat. Silently, smile rehearsed, shoulders straight, as the speeches started and couples leaned into each other, her loneliness wrapped around her like a cold shawl. That's when she noticed him. Across the room, a man in a dark suit stood near the kids' table, kneeling to fix the bow tie of a small boy who looked just like him. The father whispered something, and the boy laughed, the kind of laugh that cut through the noise like light. Then the man stood, his eyes scanning the room, until they landed on her. They locked. He gave the smallest, most knowing nod, like he'd read the whole script of her night in a single glance. Then, without hesitation, he walked toward her. "Is this seat taken?" he asked, gesturing to the chair beside her. She blinked, thrown. No, but perfect," he said, pulling it out. He leaned in, voice low. "Look, you don't know me. I'm just here because my son was the ring bearer. But I can see what's happening, and I've been where you are." Her brows furrowed. "Where I am?" He smirked, soft. "Alone, at a wedding. Everyone wondering what's wrong with you. No one brave enough to ask. Let me fix that for the next 2 hours. Just act like you're with me." She let out a stunned breath, caught between confusion and something dangerously close to laughter. "You're serious?" "Completely. I'm harmless, divorced, former chef, terrible dancer. But I can fake a good story and make you look like the one who got away." She stared at him for a beat. Then slowly she nodded. And just like that, the air changed. He flagged down a server and ordered them champagne like they were celebrating something personal. He introduced her to passing guests as the brilliant woman who survived med school with caffeine and zero sleep. When a nosy aunt asked how they met, he leaned in and said, "Her dog bit me." Love at first injury. She laughed so hard she cried. People started noticing. The same relatives who once whispered now whispered again, but with curiosity, envy, maybe even admiration. Suddenly, she was no longer the forgotten seat filler at the back. She was radiant, glowing, alive in a way that didn't come from makeup or moonlight. At one point, as they watched her sister and new brother-in-law sway to a slow song, she whispered, "Thank you." He looked at her gently. "Don't thank me. Just promise you'll never believe the lie that sitting alone means there's something wrong with you." She went quiet, and then she told him. About the ex who left her after 5 years, about the friends who vanished when she didn't bounce back fast enough, about the therapy, the silence, the effort it took just to put on the dress and show up, and how this night, this stupid, perfect wedding, felt like every failure playing out under crystal chandeliers. He listened, really listened. Not to fix it, just to hold it. And when the night began to end and the crowd thinned, he stood, offering her his hand. "One dance," she hesitated. "You said you were a terrible dancer." "I lied," he smiled. "I just wanted to make you laugh." And in the middle of a mostly empty dance floor, under soft golden lights, she let herself be held. Not as a joke, not as a favor, but as someone who was finally seen. After the final song, he walked her to the valet. The little boy waved goodbye from the car. She turned to the man, the stranger who wasn't really a stranger anymore. "So what happens now?" she asked. He shrugged. "You tell me. I'm just the guy who crashed your table." She paused, then smiled. "You free next weekend?" He grinned. "Completely." Sometimes the people who make us feel seen aren't the ones we planned on, but the ones brave enough to sit beside us when everyone else walks away. Everyone sees things differently. Tell me how this story felt to you and what you would do if you were in their place. If this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below.